We're gonna do a song that you never heard before.
The volume.
Here they come and get wicked. Here we go again.
It's Kennedy, my brother from another mother.
What's good, bro?
Hey man, I meant to tell you though, bro. Did you see that Latto 21 Savage? Apparently they're having a baby. She announced it in some new music. And she pregnant. She look like she about 9 months though, bro. She like showing.
Dang, that boy 21 Savage be pulling him, bro. Sheesh.
Yeah, he been so what's crazy about it, that they've been talking about them two for like off and on, like hidden for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Never actually say or confirm that, you know what I'm saying, who she was dating. And she even had a tattoo on her neck that had 21, like behind the ear or something like that. So people had assumed that was it, though, man, but never confirmed it. But now she's out there, though, bro. Yeah, the boys is expecting.
Dang, bro.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm happy for him, bro.
new video. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Hey, 21, you know, he had Amber Rose when she was still hot. That was the last time I thought Amber Rose was hot. Was when he had it though, man. And I don't know.
He got a roster, bro. He got a nice roster.
He's been putting together a nice roster though. Yes.
Yeah. We can transition that into some new music, but let's get our music going first, and then we can talk about it.
Let's do it.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. The Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast.
If you
of all
smell what the rock. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Slash Brothers Podcast, the greatest podcast of all time.
Hey, listen, if you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe to the Slash Brothers YouTube and Facebook pages. Also our Twitch page, and along with that, our TikTok page, because we are live on all platforms at the same time. Whenever you click on the notification, you click on the bell, you get the heads up whenever your boys is doing a thing. Ace Kennedy.
Oh
Hey,
boy.
man, I thought I was going to die today, man. I had to actually, I thought yesterday I barely survived
Mhm.
pollen season out here in Atlanta, though, man. And I'm talking about, like, bro, listen, I went out unexpectedly and didn't take any allergy medicine because I wasn't planning to go on out. It was, I had to hop up and get on up and go, though, bro. And I literally felt like I was looking at the pollen in the air. It felt like somebody just was throwing dirt in my eyes. I'm watching it, and it's just all in my throat, all in my nose, eyes itchy. It was the absolute worst. Went out today again, was somewhat prepared for it because I took some allergy medicine though, bro. But oh my gosh, it's been an absolute nightmare, man. And this is only the start of it.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
I
Brutal.
know. I know. For me, it's right around my birthday is when mine hits real bad. So I've been, seeing a specialist trying to get a regimen that works because Oklahoma is horrible as well. Like it's funny because
Mm.
I'll drive to Texas and it's like somebody just literally lifts a rock off my chest. And then as soon as I cross that state line, somebody put that same rock back on me. We went to Florida for Christmas one time, bro. Everybody in my family could just breathe, like, oh my God, this is what it feels like. And got back to Oklahoma, we was about all just it was crazy.
Well, I think that for me, I want to go ahead and make sure that I am I got to make sure that that I'm on my routine because I'm in the middle of recording still,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
And I don't want to have any setbacks on recording because it's the one thing I don't want to. I hate to sound like congested. Like it's already bad enough though, man, that some people might just sound nasally. I don't like to sound nasally, and so I think that I'm trying to make sure that at least for the next month though, man, that I have taken allergy medicine on a routine basis though, man.
Yeah, no, I get that. It's like I'm singing the national anthem right now for people. So like the Potawatomi Fire called me back. So I'm going back out there Thursday. And I was practicing in the car today. I was like, oh boy, that boy throw already getting a little scratchy. So I'm gonna be hitting that allergy medicine extra hard though. So yeah, yeah, yeah.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it, man. Gotta do it.
Bruh, Jack Harlow released a new project.
Mhm.
But just like Timothy Chalamet, his project couldn't be well received because of some controversy.
Tell me about first of all, tell me about the Timothy Chalamet controversy. Just
So
give me a brief synopsis of that because I knew that it was something I didn't know what.
basically, right before the Oscars, he made a comment like and I'm paraphrasing because I really don't know the exact comment, but he made a comment basically saying like ballet and theater was dying. And both of them communities came for that boy head, bro. Came for the boy head. So a lot of people are wondering if that had anything to do with some of the voting as to why he didn't win, best male actor or whatever, or best actor. But I mean, don't get it twisted. Michael B. Jordan also won the Actors Award or the SAG Awards for people that still know it as that. So, and those are pretty telling. Sometimes, if you win that award, then you will also win the Oscar. So, I just don't know that you could beat somebody that played two characters in a movie,
I
and
okay.
and, and it be believable that it's two people.
Yeah. The right person could, right? I think that the right movie and the right script, I think could. I don't think any of the other people that were in the categories for the movies that were, I don't think that any of those could have. But I can see because you think about that though, right? If you tell me that I think that Denzel's Training Day could beat it. I thought that any of the movies, and I think that Leonardo DiCaprio could, in theory, beat it. Like could beat it, but I
I
think
just
that
think, I think, but
I'm watching Sinners right now. As a matter of fact, though, watching it
yeah, but
again.
I'm saying with the new technology that was used and how seamless stuff was and how good the actual movie of Sinners was. I just think it would have been tough. Like this was the year for it. I get it. We
Yeah,
can
yeah,
sit
yeah.
up here and throw movies against it and find
Facts.
somebody, but I'm saying for what was put out and what it was for this year, yeah. And again, I didn't see Timothy Chalamet's movie to even know, what we was working against anyway. So but for the most part, though. So anyway, that was the
So,
controversy with Timothy Chalamet. He made the comment about theater and ballet being dead or dying or something.
so Jack Harlow.
Oh, so he was on a podcast, and again, paraphrasing, they were asking him about how people kind of switch genres, right? And they were asking like, "Yo, with this project, and it sounding more R&B ish, do you think you are kind of jumping into a different lane? Like, do you think this is kind of what Post Malone did, right? Where Post Malone started out as like a rapper and then he went pop and now he's even doing country. What's up?
I thought that they looked at it. I thought they positioned it differently. The opposite of that.
I
Should have
know.
went. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because he responded with, nah, I think it makes me black. I think it makes it blacker.
No, 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 no. Okay, 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 okay. See, I didn't. So I saw the interview that you're talking about, and that wasn't how I
Okay. We'll set it
interpreted
up.
that. Here's what. So he did say that, right? What they basically were saying is that black artists aren't afforded the same opportunity to hop around through other genres like white artists are.
Yeah, that's
But I
what I
think
was meaning by the Post Malone.
right. But what they're saying is this. So Post Malone was able to come in and then retreat back to their whiteness, to retreat back to, as a white artist, you can come in as a hip hop. And then if for some reason, if it's just due to failure or whatever, to step up your popularity, you can always pivot back on your whiteness. Right. And I think that
Right.
that's the to me the caveat there is to say that white artists are afforded the opportunity to do that and black artists aren't. So they're saying, hey, you could have taken this as an opportunity to pivot back on your whiteness because it is acceptable and has been acceptable and done to a very successful degree by a lot of other white
Right,
artists.
and I was gonna mention that. That's what I'm saying about. That's why I
Yeah,
mentioned Post Malone. I was gonna mention Miley Cyrus, and then go back to the backlash that Beyonce got for trying to go country. That's
facts.
yeah. But again, his response, the clickbait or the headline was the it make being making me black, making it blacker.
No, so what he's saying, he said, no, I'm not. He said, not only am I not pivoting back on my whiteness. I'm leaning into it. He's
Exactly.
like, it's blacker. It's like, and he said, and I wasn't offended by that,
I was
right?
not
And the
offended by
reason why,
it.
yes.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, I wasn't offended by that because he says I'm not ashamed to admit it. I love black music, right?
Black culture,
And
black
and the
music. Yeah.
folks that yes, and so listen, this is my thing. If you tell me that you grew up on this and yeah, it's like, okay, this is where I go with it. To me, if you're saying no, I'm a hip hop artist, right? And even if I'm experimenting with my hip hop artistry, I am a white artist and I cater to people who like black music. And maybe it's not to say it's only black fans, but he's saying I like black music and my fans are people who also like
Well,
black music.
it's the same thing that Gary Owen, right? The comedian.
Yes.
He
Yes.
comedy is more tailored towards a black audience. He's not afraid to do a white audience, but his genre is geared towards a black audience. And so that's why to me I didn't get offended. Like, I mean, I've seen so many outlets talk about it, and everybody's got something to say or in an uproar, like he's almost trying to say that it's making him blacker. And I think
I, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
And I feel like he's just saying again what you said, like he's leaning more into, like he's not shying away from what his targeted audience is, and he's leaning more into it. That's just all I took from it. I didn't feel
Mm.
like he was trying to say he was black or this makes him blacker. And because of course they was dissecting everything from his album cover to everything. And again, he's in a genre that has accepted him. Like the dude was in White Man Can't Jump. You know what I'm saying? Like he's leaning into what the audience he's campaigning towards. I ain't saying anything wrong with it.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. It did seem like if there was ever an opportunity for him to pivot away and go with a more wider brand of hip hop, like this would have been the time to do it. And so for me, and listen, and with all things considered, because we've been very much accepted of it. Like when he came out with the last album that he had with the first class joint, like it was a very someone said, "Oh, we want to try to market you as mainstream." Now, I'm not talking about like he seemed like he was marketed to be more safe, palatable for white people who like black music, but also still cool enough for black people to still bop with it though, right? And so I thought that then he could have taken that to another level. I think that this is the part that I'm tripped out on, right? The fact that he's gone the neo soul route of it is the part that I'm more so blown away by because it's like, and listen, I love all of the memes. I love all of it about him. I think that all of it is spot on, and I'm not mad at that. But at the same time, while those things are funny to me, I didn't feel offended by him saying no. I think that he didn't say it makes me blacker. He
Right.
said, no, I'm digging into the blackness. I'm like, if this is what I'm telling y'all that I love, I'm only going to go into it more. So if you don't like me for doing that, you're going to hate everything else that I do because I'm only going to tap into that more. And so for me, in light of seeing Post Malone pivot, and in light of seeing Miley Cyrus pivot, and even to some degree, Justin Bieber went more pop than R&B, and even Justin Timberlake went more pop than R&B as well. I appreciate that he said, "Nah, I'm only doing black hip hop," and I appreciate that because I think that once we accept you for what you and what lane you are in the culture, I can appreciate you said, "No, I'm here to be that. I'm not going anywhere," and I can appreciate that, bro. I really
Yeah,
can.
I can too, but the problem is we are in the minority on how people kind of received it.
It's tough to hear a white boy say that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, because Eminem's never been so brash to say that, even though he's probably thought it. I think that it just seems that way because
The
it's
term
like this.
blacker was used. The term blacker was used.
Yes, and
If you
listen,
would have,
you're not gonna.
even if you would have said, like, I like the urban feel of music, or like if you some other word, but when you said, yeah, blacker,
I
that
like
just
it. I like it. I
I
knew
do
exactly what
too.
he.
Right.
I'm not. I'm gonna go even further. I loved it. Like, and not just the like. I listen. I'm saying that to me, this is my thing. Like we could even go back as far as Vanilla Ice, and then he did rock, right? And I guess my thing is that if you're saying, like, even if he's saying I'm an outsider to a culture that I grew up on and that I absolutely love, I don't have a problem with, just from an artist perspective, of him saying, I'm gonna double down on it. And I'm
Again,
telling you that if you thought that I like black, if you thought that I was an outsider doing black music, cool. I'm gonna go blacker, bro. And I don't have a problem with that because I knew that he meant saying I'm doubling down, I'm tripling down on the blackness because and listen, what I mainly appreciate about it the most is the fact that this has an R&B feel to it, and he's saying, "No, I love black music." So it's not just hip hop. And so him adding the R&B. Now, here's the thing about it. The album in itself, I'm still listening to the album,
Mhm.
and I'm the album aside, I'm willing to set the album aside from the statement, from the actual conversation of him saying, "No, I went blacker," because I knew exactly what he meant. The
I
minute that you put that hat on, the minute that you put the conscious rapper hat on, that meant that you went blacker, bro.
I get it, but again, it feels like we're in the minority on how people took it and received it, though. Because now, mind you, controversy works because people went to go listen to the album,
I want to go
right?
check that. You check it
They,
out.
they had to go check it out. So it worked, but I think that some people couldn't even appreciate the artistry or the music because they were so gone by what he said. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I have listened to about 5 or 6 records. I love the live instrumentation feel to it. It is way different, but it does sound the same melodically.
Let me ask you this though, and
Yeah.
listen, because he's not a singer, it's I can imagine that it's easy to be in that bag. I would be very impressed. I would be very impressed if, like, I don't believe that when Drake does a lot of his singing, his R&B kind of songs. I think on that case, that's when I'm okay. When people say he got writers, got party, right? I'm okay with that part. If you telling me that Jack Harlow, that these are all original melodies, original him singing, then that would explain the redundancy there. And at that point, I would even be more accepting of it because I couldn't write a melodic album and it not sound like, oh yeah, you in that same little bag because my range is limited, right?
I
And
mean,
so
I,
I
I
think that
get
I'm
it,
not mad at
but
that.
but let's not act like that when Drake sings that he's doing hella runs either. Like Drake is in a bag, but I
True,
think
true.
it's what it is though what makes it different though is the production. The problem is most of the production all sounds the same. Like to me, it just sounds like one long
Mm,
song with breaks. And while some instruments change, I mean, I'm not saying like all the the beats just sound the same, but I'm saying like chords wise, it does have a very very similar feel to it. And so I'm just saying if he would have did some of that same stuff on some different sounding beats that had variety to it, then I wouldn't see. Like I said, it's not that I even necessarily see anything wrong with it. I just feel like that it's it is different. It is very much a different. It was
let me
easy
ask you this
listening.
though.
Yeah.
Entertainment wise, are you more entertained by it than J. Cole's album?
Um, that's a hard question because that is two different lanes. I mean, again, you're talking about somebody who attempted to do an R&B album essentially, right? So it's already to my ears gonna be better anyway because J. Cole is just rapidly rapping, and I just don't like the production. It's not that I didn't like uh Jack Harlow's production. It's just they all started to sound the same. That's the only thing.
Mm.
It's not like like I said, it's not like the beats was whack. There was some beats that I was generally bobbing my head to. And I love the chord progressions in some of them, but it just melodically it sounded the same for me. What did you think of it?
So here's my thing about it. I haven't gotten far enough into it to have that to come to that conclusion just yet though. So for me, it's still the newness of it. Like I'm just trying to take it for what it is right now though. So I did, yeah. And without any bias and without any other without the listen to the end. That's why I waited to actually listen to it. And now I'm peeping it out. And I'm not it definitely doesn't. But it's like this is my thing. This is gonna sound all pause, but I like for it to be hard, right? I like for there to be a level of hardness in rap, and it doesn't sound like that. It sounds very soft, and it's different though. So I don't know, man. That's the one thing that's taken that's taken me back a little bit. That it's a very mellow album so far, though, man. 5 songs in, I don't, it seems like it's very much by design, and so because that, I'm more so paying attention to the lyrics now than what I probably would have been.
Yeah. All right, bro. We got a couple more topics to get into. I don't even know what you had on deck for today, but this is what I got left for us to get into. We obviously can get into the Stephen A. Jason Whitlock. Definitely wanted to talk about MVP talk and a little bit of NCAA March Madness.
You got a bracket?
I do not. I do not. I'm only
Do you
following
fill out
Texas.
brackets generally?
Nah.
No, I don't either.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know why. I think at one point I did like some years ago, but I think that for me it's weird because it's like, listen, man, I only root for Texas and I only root for Troy, right? Troy, my where I graduated from. So I don't. I'm not gonna root for. That's why probably why I don't play fantasy football either because I'm not gonna root for any other players from any other teams. So I don't. But listen, I am very happy to see Texas make it to the Sweet 16. Considering that record-wise, we didn't have our best season, and that we're coming off of a fairly new coach as well, though, bro. So that was real dope for us there. I think the one thing that is interesting that I'm watching for is like I have been watching. I've been paying more attention to college basketball in terms of like the players like this year. You know how they always be talking about all the international players are coming on are catching up to us and all this other stuff. Well, this year in the draft, the top 10 prospects are all college players, right? And so I'm just very curious. I'm watching these 10 guys and seeing how they do. And so far, I mean, they haven't really they haven't disappointed. Now I know that Darren Peterson, they've had a lot to say about him recently, given Kansas's loss. But for the most part, I mean, they've been doing a thing though, man.
Mm-hmm. Um,
Yeah.
So with Texas, they just beat somebody else. I know they beat, was it Gonzaga this
Yeah.
weekend, but now that they beat somebody else, they beat North Carolina State. So it says first four. Yeah, that was a what is that? Now I'm confused.
Mm.
When did they play that game?
Yeah, it was over the weekend though.
I know the Gonzaga game was, but I'm talking about, let's see here. See, I don't know how this works. Like what is this first four at the bottom of the bracket?
Hold on. I don't know what bracket you looking at.
Okay, it says Final Four Indianapolis, right? And it's got on this one it has Michigan and UConn, Michigan State and UConn, and then it had, oh, Texas and Purdue. That's what's coming up. Okay. Sweet 16. Okay. All right. There we go. That's what I couldn't see.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. This weekend me and Joey sang at the Skirvin, and at that time Nebraska had just won their game. So all of them and their fans had came to the Skirvin. So they was all up in there, bro. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I
and I'm
will
assuming you talking about four. The next fours and fours are because there's 16. The four games, the 14s, 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 14.
it was the bracket read. It said on the bottom of it. I have to send you the one I'm talking about because like I said, it has Texas at the bottom, and it says, see, I'm just gonna send this to you. Here we go. Boom.
Okay.
And if you look at the bottom where it says Texas and it says something about, now my train ain't moving. Okay. Yeah. Under the TBS, TNT, True TV, and CBS logos, it says first four, 317 to 318, and it has Texas and uh North Carolina State, and it has a W underneath. And then under like the UMBC and Howard, it's MW and then S and then MW. So I don't know what none of that means, bro.
Hold on, hold on. Now say this one more time. I see the Texas.
Yeah, but which one are you seeing? Texas with Purdue? Or you if you go
Texas
under,
with Purdue.
okay, go down. So if you go down where it says Final Four 2026, it's got the Final Four, the championship Final Four. If you scroll down past Iowa and Nebraska, and then it says Illinois and Houston, and then right down there it has Texas and North Carolina State up under the logos, like the TNT and the TBS logos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. Like I don't know what that. Maybe that was just a part of them getting into it or something.
Yeah. So I think that these were like
The play in.
if I could be wrong, yeah, these were the first four to come on in there in that little play in. Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
because the 4-4 that you're looking at, that's the I'm tripping you to my 4-4. Those are the dates for the games.
Okay. Cause see, I see where Texas beat BYU, uh, and then now and then Gonzaga, and now they
Yeah.
about to play Purdue.
Yeah, that's playing. And listen, Purdue, listen, I listen. I think Texas can beat Purdue as well, though, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Listen, I think Texas can beat Purdue. Now, here's where I think that it would be interesting. Where I think that it could get interesting is this, though. I think that Arizona has like three guys on their team that I think that can go to the NBA this coming draft, though, right? And so I don't know that Texas can beat Arizona, but I do think that Texas can beat Arkansas. Now, Arkansas got, I don't know if you've been keeping up with it, but Arkansas got this kid out there, Darius Akufo, bro, cold. Cold. And some people are saying, listen, that he's the coldest player
Mhm.
that John Calipari has ever had. That's over Derrick Rose. That's over everybody. They were saying that he is that cold. And when I saw him play, though, bro, looks the part, though, bro. I've seen so far of all of the top 5 players. So you talk about AJ, you talking about Darren Peterson. He is also one, bro, that just looks different. And to my eye tells me that he can play in the NBA, but he's surely better than every from peers. Like, he's different from all of the other players, though, bro. It's just something about him, though, man. It just looks the part to me.
Yeah.
But I think that we can beat them, though. But Arkansas, I mean Arizona, I don't know, man. But I think that I can see us beating Arkansas, bro. Yeah. Now, you know who listen, I'm gonna tell you this though, bro. Where is I'm looking on this bracket here. I'm gonna tell you what I think is wild. Is Michigan State on where's Michigan State at?
And on the left hand side, I thought.
Okay, listen. Michigan. Okay, Michigan State playing. Okay, Michigan State, they playing against UConn. Okay, look. Michigan State, bro, got this dude out there. I think his last name is Carr. And listen, this boy head is like above the rim when he be dunking. I can watch highlights of him dunking all day long. He got ridiculous. He jumps so high that he reminds me that of somebody when you see them and like what's my dude Green that used to play in the NBA where he looks like he's dunking on the way down because he's so high up. He got banked and he be killing the rim though, bro. Tough though, man. Definitely worth watching. They got some guys that certainly are worth checking out though, bro. There's a lot of good guys left though.
Yeah. Well, look, bro. When it comes to the NBA, you said that the MVP race is far from being over. Has your list changed at all, or have people moved around because of how they have been playing here lately? Who you
Yeah.
got? What's your top 5 now?
Listen, all it takes is 2 weeks, and it's gonna change in 2 weeks. And then in 2 weeks from now, it could be different. I think that I told you before that I had Shea number one, and I had for me personally, I think that I had Wimby. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I had Wimby, then Joker, then Jalen Brown. But I don't know who's fifth, and it don't matter who's the
You ain't got
fifth.
Luca in there nowhere.
No, I never have Luca there, bro. No, absolutely not. I don't have Luca nowhere near. I don't even have. Listen, if I was talking about MVP, I would even put
You ain't got
Kawhi
K.
ahead of Luca personally.
You ain't got K coming now.
K's been hurt for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, but that just happened though, bro.
But then it's like your resume is not being updated if you're injured, though, bro. So that's my thing. So here's
I'm saying,
what
did you even
happens.
have him on the list before he got injured?
He would have been low on the list. I appreciate the turnaround that he did, but I would have had him low on it. Here's why I think that's still crazy. The reason why mine hasn't changed is because of this. Shea is always going to roll out of bed, and you know at a minimum he's going to give you the 20 points, but on average he's going to give you 30, right? And I think that his 30 points are winning 30 points. Luka's 30-something points, even though he leads in the scoring, it's just not an effective 30 points. Now,
Right.
maybe
That's
they need every bit of them to win.
right,
That's
because they're on a
cool.
9-game winning streak.
Right, but I don't listen. I guess my thing is, listen, I like how Shea's 30 points look.
Understood.
Right. I don't particularly now with that being said, the reason why I said that it's Wimby is this. I think that for some reason, bro, I think that people are starting to get Joker fatigue, right? Because Joker's still putting up great numbers. He's probably still averaging a triple-double or pretty close to it.
Yeah,
But
he
it's like
his turnovers though right now. He having some
but
bad
even
turnovers in
but
clutch
even
moments.
then, it's like after some point though, right? When Russ got the triple-double for the third time, it's just like All right, bro. We know you can do it. You roll it. And I think that it's such a slept on thing now. And I think that when the new thing comes out, it's like, wow, I'm looking here. And so, even with that being said, I think that it's between, I've always thought that it's between Shea and Wimby because Wimby's going to win Defensive Player of the Year, bro. And it's not even close. And I think that his defense and combined with his scoring just impacts the game so much that on a night that his even when he don't got all the blocks, his presence on the defense changes your defense, changes your shot selection, changes your shot attempts. It's just different. And so when you talk about value there, I think that it's between Shea and Wimby because Shea's value is that he allows all of the other cogs to come in and do what they do, right? It's like that's why you don't. It's why McCain came out there and he fits right on in, right? It's how Jalen Williams can be out for a couple of weeks and then we still keep it be going, and but he's there. He still is giving you valuable minutes. It's why Caruso can go out there and do what he do. It's like Shea to me value more than anything is that he allows everybody around him to work. The system works around him. But Wimby's thing is that his system is offensively and defense.
Right.
It's crazy though, bro.
But here's the crazy thing to me. Even hearing you explain all of that, why you don't got Jalen Brown in there, bruh?
It's just
Like,
not. I don't know, man. You know what it is. I expect. Okay, put this. I expected Jalen Brown to do what he's doing. I personally did because I think that I've gone on record on this here podcast and said that I like him better than Jason Tatum. So for me personally, what he's doing is great, and I would think that that he would be top two, top three if I didn't see what Shea's doing, if I didn't see what Wimby's doing, if Wimby wasn't doing what I'm more impressed by what they're doing than what Jalen Brown's doing. And the reason why I'm more impressed by that is because Wimby's still year what two?
yeah,
Is he year two, three?
no, year 3.
Year three. So Jalen Brown's 8 years in. And I think that to me, he's doing now, if he gets to the finals and he wins finals MVP, it's justified though, bro. But nah, Jalen Brown is doing exactly what I thought that he was capable of doing, though, bro. But Wimby, I am more like I'm more astonished by what Wimby's doing than anything.
Well, it's funny you say that because Wemby himself has come out and say why he should be the MVP. He said, number one, ain't nobody touching me on defense. Like, I am the guy on defense. Like, it's just what it is. Number two, we dominated OKC. We done beat them. We done beat them 3 out of the 4 times, or 4 out of the 5 times, whatever it was, right? And he said, and number 3, scoring points ain't everything when it comes to the offense.
Hey,
So he throwing shots to Shea, basically.
He's averaging 24 points. Okay. He's shooting 50%. And unlike a lot of the other big men who have high shooting percentages, he's not just shooting in the paint. He's shooting everything from threes, middies, and he's getting in there, though, man. He's averaging 11 rebounds. Personally, I'd like to see him get more rebounds for him to be that tall. Like, I think that he could probably go somewhere around 13, 14 rebounds a game for him to be that size, though, bro. But he's still averaging 3 assists on top of that, though, bro, which is still something because, like I said, he's still while he's not selfish, right? For him to still drop them down. He got a point, though, bro. He got a point. And I think that Shea does play defense, but I don't think that Shea's defense they got like this. They got 2 other guys, possibly 3 other guys, possibly that plays defense better than Shea, right?
Yeah, but Shea is a two-way player, but he's not like he does use a lot of energy more on the offensive side. But he will
the opportunity to do that.
Right. But the system that the Thunder play, though, he is in there. He's got a lot of steals. He's got a lot of blocks. Yeah. He ain't Wemby numbers, but I mean,
he gets a lot of off-ball steals and a lot of off-ball help because you think Caruso is gonna guard the best guard. My boy
Case
Casey Wallace is gonna
Lou
guard
Dort.
up as well. My boy Lou Dort gonna guard up, right? So he got three options, and he's gonna guard the lesser of those three
But
people.
not
That so
not
and don't get
always
me
though.
wrong,
Shay
who
will Shay will get on the head guy.
they will, but he doesn't have to sit in that seat
No, he
all
don't.
season
He don't.
long.
He don't.
Yeah,
But this again,
Wimby does though.
right. But the system, I mean, Wimby ain't guarding Jalen Brown, bro.
Wimby guards everybody. Wimby guards every position that you put in
He
front of him.
right. He guards everybody. But I'm saying he ain't just like, nah, all night I'm guarding blah 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 blah.
He's the eraser though, bro. He's the like this. You know what's if anything, I'm more surprised that the Spurs don't average more steals than what they do because they should be afforded the opportunity to try to get more attempts because they got somebody who's going to clean up the basket though, bro. Listen, I think that Shea's going to win it. I'd personally like to see Shea win it, but I think that Wemby makes a very compelling case though, bro.
I do too, but I mean, you at the same time, even though you don't, I'm gonna be honest. The pundits are definitely throwing Luka's name out there. I'm just letting you know they are because he's gonna have the scoring title again this year. The other thing too, this is what's crazy. They rescinded his 16th technical foul. The NBA did.
I don't know, man. Like, listen, I mean, here's my thing. Okay, so let's just look at something real quick. All right. So let's just talk about the last few MVPs. And maybe this is just where I look at it different. So Shea won it, and I think the last year, and Shea, if I'm not mistaken, he led the league in like steals per game, right? Joker won it the year before that, and he is the triple double machine. But nobody brags about his defense. But I think that he doesn't. He guards the power forwards and centers. So I don't think that there's the threat as much. So you don't really highlight his defense until he's playing against a very polished offensive player, though, right? So before him, you had Joel Embiid, you had Joker, and then you had Giannis for two straight seasons. That's just 2019. Prior to that, you had James Harden, who James Harden at that point was when he averaged like 37, right? You got to do it in. You got Russell, people don't think like Russell is like a defensive player, but he isn't no slouch. He ain't gonna just let you eat on him like that. And then you had Steph, and even then, I don't think that people give Steph the Steph when he won the MVP, his offense efficiency was so much higher that it just didn't make sense. And what I'm saying is that I think that all of those guys, when I think of their defense, I just don't think that Luka, to me, this season or probably ever, I just don't think that he scores enough to me to justify the lack of attempts or insistent and consistency on the defensive end. And I hate giving the MVP to just offensive players unless you do something astronomical, though, bro. Like James Harden did it when he was averaging like 37. Like that's crazy. And so I don't know, man. Like I've seen what Luka do, what he's doing, and I think that you should be able to score 30 if you're not asked or not challenged at all to play defense like that, though, bro.
Yeah. Um. The Did you see what happened with the NBA and their what they're saying about the projection for next year for the salary cap?
For the NBA or the WNBA?
No, the NBA. The
No.
NBA next year for the 2026-27 season is projected to be 165 million salary cap. And that's 100 million lower than previous outlooks due to the reduction in local media revenue. So it says minimum salary is 149 million. Tax level is 201 million. First apron 209 million. Second apron 222 million. Also 1 million lower each. So they are really doing what they can to make sure that the Thunder is out of here next year, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, put like this. I think that the Thunder can listen. You're not going to be able to pay everybody forever. though, right?
I
And
know
I
that,
think that
but that's but
yeah,
the aprons is what set that up though. Because I now here I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna let you finish. I'm sorry. I do think if we win another championship, Clay Bennett would be willing to pay the tax 1 year to see if we can get that three-peat. Only reason I say that is because the last year we had PG and Russ, when we paid them, when we didn't make it past the first round of the playoffs, we had made it to the first round of the playoffs for like 3 years, and he was like, blow it up. Because I'm not gonna keep paying over if we ain't doing nothing.
I get it. But I think that the biggest thing about it is that those tiers, to me, I think that what they try to do is it's their way of infusing parity, right? To make sure that you don't see the team stacking. But I think that the biggest thing is, to me, that the Thunder are paying a lot of people, but you still only have Shea on so you got
No,
Shea on the Supermax.
three
You
people
got
on the
Shea on the Supermax. You got Jalen Williams on a max, and you got Chet on a max as well, though, right?
right.
And so I do think that for me, it's like this. If those are your three guys, somebody's got to be the odd man out next year, right? Because you not
Right,
this to me,
because
you
they're
got to
talking
think
about because who's up for money? Lou Dort
Lou Dort.
and Isaiah Hartenstein.
I said so Hart just got paid to come over there. So I don't think that
Him and Caruso for 2 years.
his was like they were like 2 years. So listen,
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest with you though, bro. I wouldn't be mad if they said, "Hey, Caruso, we gotta let you go because we think Casey Wallace is really that."
I can
And I'm
see they
not
gonna
mad
say
at
that.
that.
I can see they gonna say that. I see them keeping Caruso and saying that about iHeart. I see them saying like, "Look, we want to see what Sawyer can do, bro."
You think so?
I do, because here's the other thing: iHeart was hurt a lot of this season, bro.
Yes.
You would have to take a significant pay cut. Like if even if they said, "Look, we can do 60 for."
It's so listen. So let me ask you this though, and it will tell me at the first series of the playoffs because iHeart is supposed to be there to be the rim protector, right? To be the beef that then my boy can just play cleanup on the block. So right, because he ain't worth he probably don't weigh more than me, right? Chet. So my thing is this though, bro, is if I saw iHeart in the playoffs justify, and he said, no, that's what we're paying you for. I can see them letting go Caruso. But if he don't, then you can find shot blocking big men who can catch alley oops. I think that's
Got
something
Soyber, though. That's what I'm saying. Soyber is a center. He's an athletic center, and that's what iHeart is. And
you got to be a shot blocker to me, though, bro.
but I
You
think
got to
he
be a
is.
shot blocker center. I don't
He's
see enough of him though. That's why. So I'm gonna take
you
your
never
word for him.
saw
I
him at
don't see him
all.
enough.
You never saw him at all. He's been hurt the whole season. He
Oh,
Soyber.
get the hell out of here, then, bro.
No,
You talking
no,
about Hart been hurt
no,
the whole
no.
time? And
Bro, listen what I'm saying. There's a reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the reason why I feel like they would keep Caruso more than they would iHeart because iHeart was hurt this year. What I'm saying is if he's not going to be willing to accept less, you have a fresh center, like a kid that's coming out of college who that's what you got him for. So
I think that I just think that I see where you're going with it. I guess I just think that to me, you brought Caruso there to be first team all defense,
and
right?
he's
Because
doing
you didn't know that Casey Wallace, when you signed Caruso, that he was gonna do like this. And so to me personally, I think that Casey Wallace is a more capable version of Caruso because of his
that.
offense as well.
But the thing is Caruso has shown time and time again this season and last season his value. What I'm
I
saying
get
is
it. No, no, no. Don't get me
right.
wrong. I do
So
think that Caruso.
right.
I understand.
So what I'm
I
saying
love
is
Caruso being on the team.
me too. But what I'm saying is if you
Lou
had
Dort
to
is definitely
choose,
out of there.
I don't think he is. This is why Lou Dort's not out of there. Lou Dort is not out of there because of J Dub. Because J Dub didn't make the All-Star team this year. So that's 45 million that they got to
Okay.
save. So I think
Okay.
Lou is good. The reason why they're going to keep Lou before they keep Caruso or even iHeart is because Lou was there when we was a losing team.
Is
The
that
loyalty.
so listen. Okay. Okay. I respect that. Do
Yes.
you think though, and we talk about this all the time,
Yeah.
do you think that they have that level of loyalty though?
They do. Like, this is the thing.
Okay.
Sam Presti has, I mean, he's said it as much, is that we thank Lou because Lou and Shay was here when we was losing, and that's not easy. So you
That was
reward
what was
people.
the other boy was there? Wiggins? Wasn't Wiggins also there when they was
Wiggins,
trash?
Wiggins came, but Wiggins is still ain't making bank like that. Like Wiggins, I
Right.
think, and he just got paid this summer, I think. So that's what I'm saying. This year, I think it's AC, it's iHeart, and Lou Dort who got to get paid. See, here's the thing. I don't know I don't know what they're gonna do with Topic, because it's like
Still on the rookie contract though.
he is still on a rookie contract, but I'm just saying I don't know if there's a place for him though.
Well, so okay. So here's my thing about it. If you telling me that homeboy was the projected number one pick and he's that cold, you always got, because this is my thing. If that's the case, though, if he's that good, I would say how you got to find space. If you found minutes for McCain, you
Yeah,
got
but you,
space for him though, man.
but he McCain fits in. This is what I'm saying. It's the because I think originally, right, they got him to replace Giddy, right? We didn't know that he was gonna then have, like, we knew he had the leg injury, right? So we knew about that, but you didn't know he was gonna have cancer.
Yeah.
So since then, the puzzle pieces have been put together. And so I think I don't think that the Thunder knew how good we were gonna be as a nucleus without Topic. But again, it's that PR thing. Like, dang, do you trade a dude who just recovered from cancer and also had a leg injury? So it's weird. And maybe you showcase him and trade him before the trade deadline. I don't know. I mean, the Thunder have a system is very plug and play, which is
Is he
why
PG? Is bro PG Topic? Is he PG or is he just a
he's
scorer?
a PG. He's a
You got to
PG.
have somebody to run that second unit though, bro.
But
So
you got AJ
I don't.
Mitchell. That's what I'm talking about.
I like
Nobody,
AJ Mitchell too, bro.
100%.
Listen. I honestly believe that AJ Mitchell is a starter on most teams. I think he's a starter,
He
bro.
100% is. But if he's willing to come off the bench to run your second unit, again, what you doing with Topic then? That's what I'm
Well,
talking
listen,
about.
after another championship, bro, Mitchell's gonna be ready to get up out of there, bro. He's like, I got two rings under my belt. He got at some point gonna be looking for the bigger payday, bro, and the bigger role.
That's what everybody is. That's again. That's the difference with the Thunder, because a lot of these guys know that their bread is buttered good with the Thunder. Not so much about, like, yes, we understand on a different team we would have bigger roles and whatever the case may be, but it just works because we are here. You know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. Like you said, money is gonna be a factor with everybody, and so I am curious. I don't want to put the cart ahead of the horse, but I am curious on what we're gonna do in the future. Because if we win another championship, you're right. Maybe it is time to like venture out and see what I can do elsewhere. I got 2 championships and blah 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 blah. Because Wiggins could be dope on another team. Case and Wallace could be dope on another team.
Jason Wallace might be an all-star level player with more attempts and more shot attempts. All of them would be with just more.
I mean, you saw when Shea was out how dope Case and Wallace was. He was averaging 20 a night.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. But let's get into this last topic. It's no secret that Jason Whitlock and Stephen A do not like each other. Like, but but more and more you hear in the industry of a lot of people don't like Jason Whitlock. And Stephen A he had said the last time, like, look, I'm never gonna comment on Jason Whitlock again. Like, the dude ain't worth it. He ain't worth my time. But something that Whitlock did got up under his skin and he had to respond, which I'm okay with. The only thing was, Whitlock brought up his high school record again and him getting signed to Winston-Salem State. And so, questioning the questioning whether or not that whole story was true, right? The
Did
authenticity
you
of
hold on? Did you hear the story? Did you hear the story about him, the
it. Yeah,
Winston
yeah.
Salem?
He basically he shot 17 straight 3-pointers. And even Stephen A said, listen, I said it several times. That's never happened again. It was just a divine intervention time that I was on, I was hot, and I hit him, and they signed me on the spot. That's just what it is. And he's
Gotcha.
already, admitted, like, look, I can't shine these NBA players' shoes in the league. Like, I'm not great, but at that
Yeah,
time, I did what I needed to do. But
right,
besides
right,
all
right.
of that, though, I've made fun of that myself. So, like, nothing you can say about that, except for you trying to uh you know say that it didn't happen. That's a whole different thing. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and so he responded, and he was just like, bruh, I've beat you in everything. He said, first of all, let me walk around this table so you can see my suit. Because this is something you ain't gonna never fit in. And
Lord.
but he said, listen, he said, bro, I've beaten you in everything in life, bro. Like, you can't touch me. No network wants you. Like, no, none of our colleagues want anything to do with you. Only time your numbers go up is when you talk about me. So it's like, bruh, I don't know. My question to you is, should Stephen A have responded?
So that's a good question, man. I'm gonna say this though, bro. Uh, yes, yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. I think Stephen A should respond for the same reason why um Miro Miro responded to academics, your boy academics here,
Hmm.
and didn't have to and everything like that. And he was just like, nah, bro, listen. He basically almost kind of went the same direction that Stephen A went. I'm beating you at life, but if I don't say nothing, I don't want to give you I don't want to give you the thought that things is sweet over here just because I'm over here winning and living life better than you. But I don't want you to think, I don't want you to feel like you that comfortable. So I'm not mad at it. I
Right, but
think that the
I
part
feel
that I
like,
saw,
though, but if you already stated, go ahead, finish your point.
yeah. So I think that the part that really riled Stephen A up was the fact that Whitlock went on Cam Newton's show
Hmm.
and went on Cam Newton's show and said all of this stuff. And so it's almost like, all right, Cam Newton, you rolling with the ops here or whatever.
I don't
And
think
not just that. Yeah, and not just that. I don't think that that's what it is, but I think that the part is, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, maybe Cam Newton is thinking, I'm gonna let you say something and be unbiased on here,
so.
and I'm gonna let you go ahead and empty out it and say whatever you want to say or whatever, though, man. Part of that with me, right? Especially if you know me, right? You know me. So if someone else came out here and was saying something, I would look for you to immediately be like, when you tell me the story about somebody trashing me, it ends and then I slap them in his mouth for saying this about you, right? And I think that I feel like Stephen A was kind of expecting that also from Cam
See,
Newton.
see, here's my thing, though, right? Like, there's a
Told me
certain
say they can say what they want, but I'm the punchline. You telling me that somebody said this on your show about me? I listened to it, but I'm waiting for the part where you slap them in the mouth.
here's my thing, though. If a certain clean rapper wanted to do an interview with me and give his side of the story as to why y'all was beefing, I would take that interview and let him get everything he wanted off of his chest. But guess what? That also means you have the opportunity to respond. And I think that's what Cam did. Like, look, you can come on my platform, you can say what you want to say, but you understand that once it's out there on the web, everybody gets to hear the story. And then Stephen A also has a platform, or he can come on my platform he can speak his piece on what you said. I'm just providing a vessel. It's not like we're not in high school to where I have to pick sides. Where the thing is that Cam knows everything is about ratings. So if you come on the pod and you gonna say whatever you want to say, it's a win-win. Is everybody gonna eat off of it? Because now that's gonna be content for Stephen A. He gonna eat off of that because people gonna tune in to see what because controversy. So I just it's lucrative. So I that makes sense as to why Stephen A. could have responded to this.
From a content creation perspective, yes, you respond to it. Because at the end of the day, you're looking to draw eyes to it. But I think that, I think that Jason Whitlock was like really like everything Stephen A says like he said, I've witnessed, I've seen growing up in Hollis, Queens, people getting killed. And he's like, really, you didn't see somebody just get and so it's like just stuff that you couldn't verify one way or the other. That Stephen A has been very consistent with his recanting of those stories, like saying, this is what happened, this is how I grew up. And nobody has ever came out and dispelled anything that he's ever said, though, man. But I don't know, man. I'm not mad at Stephen A for responding. You can't just, like I said, he is at the end of the day, outside of ESPN and the show First Take, he is a content creator. And so for that content, no, you don't miss the opportunity to say something about it. You're like, you ask for the smoke, and I'm gonna give you the whole train.
Yeah. I just think I don't know. I can't tell somebody how to respond when they talking about you. I just felt like he gave him more sauce than was deserved. Like addressing it, cool. But I love that like Acho and Marcellus was it Marcellus Wiley? Yeah. Like all of them came out and had something to say about it. But yeah. Jason Whitlock seemed to have burned so many bridges, bro, and he don't even care.
Yeah, and listen, if Marcellus Wiley isn't careful, he's going down that path also.
Yeah.
Listen, he is going down that path as well, though, bro. So I'm like, hey, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it, bro. I'm not mad at it whatsoever, though. But I do think that, like I said, Jason Whitlock, it's bad when you are a professional journalist and you're no longer getting clicks because of your journalism.
Yeah.
Right. You get the clicks because of everything else. It's not like that nobody's clicking in because you got the most risque takes. It's not that you got the most introspective takes. It's just now people are clicking on you just because of somebody. Yeah, it's like, come on, man. Come on, bro. Get out of my face.
Yeah. Well, look, man, we didn't help these people. We thank y'all for tuning in to the Slash Brothers podcast from ATL to OKC. We are the Slash Brothers, and we will see y'all next time.
It doesn't matter what your name is.
The Slash Brothers podcast, the greatest podcast of all time. Slash Brothers podcast, the greatest podcast.
Can you dig it, sucker? Yep.